guys, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 22 All-Stars Chat.
Wow, it's episode 3 already.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
This is the first POV episode of the season.
Yeah.
Overall, what'd you think?
I was a little bit lackluster, I felt like.
I'm waiting for the drama to pick up. I feel like right now, we're having a good time, we're reminiscing, but I would like the action to begin.
I think the feeds is a little bit funner than the actual show. Usually the feeds are long and drawn out, but there's been so many great moments on the feeds, and it's like, why aren't you showing this on the show?
I know, right?
They're spending so much time talking about these ridiculous alliances.
Well, they gotta show that. They gotta set that up. That's important.
I know.
There's only so many hours.
Give us some fun, for freak's sake.
All right. Well, last time Cody for freak's sake. Last time Cody nominated Keisha and Kevin.
Yeah, and now Cody and Kevin are having a little chat.
So
it's a little awkward.
I just want to say too, going into these nominations, Cody was not trying to take out the big bad Keisha or Kevin.
No.
This was a move that he thought was going to create the least amount of waves and just be chill,
yeah,
you know?
Unless you're Keisha or Kevin.
Nobody really, yeah, right? Nobody really, stood out and did anything crazy, besides, being a freaking legend.
Yeah, right?
I mean, he couldn't put up Janelle and Kaser because they won safety for the week.
Right,
so.
Safety suite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Cody is being very awkward with Kevin. I don't know what happened to our sweet Kevin. It seems
I didn't think Cody was being awkward.
I felt like he was, saying that he wanted to form a relationship with Kevin, and, he's lying to him, and I got the read that he was lying.
I don't think he's lying. I don't know.
I feel like Cody's a bad liar.
I don't know. I don't think Cody is, straight up going to be making, plans and, talking about nominations with Kevin in the future. But I think he's trying to set himself up so that Kevin won't want to nominate him.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Cody would necessarily put him up again. Because I feel like by the next time Cody wins HOH, because he probably will win another one, right?
Unless he gets eliminated.
True.
For being evicted. Irrelevant.
I feel like other targets will emerge, and he's not going to be going after Kevin.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think their chats, from what I've seen, are really nice. They've talked about trying to, fit in and, working past your own insecurities and, not getting in your own head. The clip that they showed
made it seem really awkward.
I don't know. But Kevin proposed forming a down-low-mance with Cody.
I feel bad for Kevin because I feel like this is not the same Kevin that we saw previously. Kevin was fun and good and nice. Well, and I'm not saying that he's not nice. I'm saying he was so lighthearted, and now he's just a wreck.
I think he's even better than he was back then, but we haven't seen him enjoying yet because he's been on the block this whole time, this whole week. So I think once he is safe and comfortable again, I think we're going to see that. Because I think in his first season, he wasn't really nominated until the end.
No.
Right? So.
And he had.
It's a different experience.
He had lots of friends in that house.
I think he'll make lots of friends here, but he needs a little time to get comfortable.
I don't know. It seems like everybody is snubbing him, and it's really pissing me off. All right, so Janelle and Kaser.
These people kill me.
They gotta lay low. They gotta lay low, because Keisha's been nominated, and they
know that they would have been in trouble this week.
Yeah.
So they're like, we gotta just fade into the background here. Good luck with that.
Now, this is the Keisha that I know and love. She came busting into the HOH room and kicked Nicole F out. I mean, Nicole F ran out like a little pizza rat. But Keisha comes in and she's all like, "Oh, you smell so good."
Cody's just like,
"Oh, it's my cologne."
Yeah, he didn't really know what to say because if you think, okay, Cody, like I said, was not really targeting Keisha or Kevin per se, but he definitely would prefer to see Kevin stay over Keisha.
Right.
So in his mind, he's just like, what am I supposed to say to her? Ah!
He was super awkward with her.
I would say this conversation was awkward.
All right. Well, she wasn't even really grilling him. She was just like, what are you doing?
Like, why did you put me up?
I don't know. I didn't have very many choices. What do you mean you didn't have very many choices? You know, so.
I feel like I could just sit back and watch the sun fall.
I know, right? All right, so she didn't get the warm fuzzies from him. She knows
he wasn't giving them out, so.
No. She's not even playing, and she knows he's lying.
Yeah.
Right?
Keisha needs to step it up a little bit.
All right, well, Kesar and
Stop!
Day. What is with calling Kesar Kesar?
Because they didn't, like, watch his seasons, and they don't know how amazing he is.
Didn't he say, like, hello, my name is Kesar?
There's some people that just...
Or didn't he listen to Julie say, okay, Kesar? How are you not that aware? You're spending 24 hours a day with somebody and you don't know how to pronounce their name?
I know, but...
Did you hear other people say it? These people are so full of themselves, it's creepy.
Oh! All right, so Kesar and Devon, we're talking about real important issues. There's been a lot of really...
Do they have crazy cool medallions?
No, if only. There have been so many great, like, real-life conversations going on this season.
It's almost like Survivor.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying listening to all the conversations and everyone's different perspectives on the feeds.
So Kesar is a dad now. He has a 4-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants the children to be our future. Take their hands and let them lead the way.
Yeah, he was talking about how difficult it was for him the first time he was on, being from Iraq. And, you know... what year was that? 2000... What year was season 6?
Was it like...
2006?
Yeah.
2007?
6.
So a lot of people had really negative views of people from Iraq, and that was really difficult for him. But I'm glad that he has really, I think, opened up a lot of people's eyes by showing, like, what an amazing person he is.
He is an amazing person.
And he continues to be. He was talking about how just, like, disappointed he is in the state of the world right now.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a big mess. And
So-
we really need to flush the toilet and start cleaning up the bathroom. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so that was very touching.
It was.
And Devon brought up a good point, too. See all these cameras? They're watching.
This is a great platform, and I'm glad that they're taking advantage of it so far.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Nicole F.
Well, then there was this segment about Tyler.
Right.
And all of his final twos. So he was saying how
He's
last
feeling
season...
Giovanni?
Yeah, last season, he really screwed himself over because he had deals with everyone.
Guess what? He still does.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't planning on doing that this time. You know what he was planning on doing? Trying to, like, barrel through this game with Casey, Josh, and Christmas. But guess what? Casey and Josh aren't there.
Well, you know what I got to say? He's just a boy who can't say no.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Tyler is kind of, like, falling back into his old ways and just making all these final two deals with everyone. He's got a deal with Nicole, Day, Kesar, Christmas. Cody. Yeah, Cody, David, Memphis, Janelle. So, like...
Pretty much everybody.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Tyler.
Hope that works out for you,
I
Tyler.
hope you're going to manage that jury better this time. Woo.
Yeah. All right, so...
Speaking of final twos.
Yes?
We got 2 Italians from New Jersey.
Hey, we're both from Jersey. I'm Meow Meow. You're Derek's boy.
Cody and Enzo. They have very quickly formed a bond.
Yes. The Roots, or the Root, or the Roo. I don't know
No,
what
it's
they're calling
definitely
them.
like ROOT, but I'm not sure if it's Root or Roots. I've heard both. But yeah, they're planning on making a lot of different alliances that are all based in their final two.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided to call themselves the Root or the Roots because the tree of alliances is going to grow out of that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them working together?
I don't want to see either of them go that far, so I don't really care.
What do you have against Enzo?
Nothing in particular, but there's other people that I'd rather see do better than him, so.
He can still go far.
He's sneaky. All right, so.
It's a game about being sneaky.
I know.
All right, well, whatever.
Well, I'm not saying the people that I like aren't sneaky, but it's just, whatever.
Okay. You're just not vibing with him.
I'm not vibing.
It happens.
Yeah.
All right, so then another really important segment tonight.
Yes, the autism spectrum talk.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ian has been slowly opening up to his fellow house guests, telling a few at a time. Something very personal. I think the
puppet's a pretty dead giveaway.
I mean, not necessarily. A lot of people, like, if you don't personally know someone who's on the spectrum, maybe you wouldn't know, like...
True.
What to look for. But
right.
He's been telling people and sharing with them that he is on the autism spectrum. And, again, great platform. This is great for so many people who are going to be watching this who are also on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to see him rocking it out.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that he feels comfortable enough to talk about this season.
I am too. And I feel like he's a great example of somebody who's a little bit more high functioning.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he can live a normal life just like everybody else. He doesn't need, help. Like my son, he's on the other end of the spectrum. So that's pretty much when you hear autism, that's what you think of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to see Ian saying, I'm assuming he's probably like very high functioning Asperger's syndrome. And it's nice to see what could be possible or...
He's really thriving. And
he is really thriving.
It's great to watch.
He's not a kid anymore.
But it really made me sad to hear how people on the feeds and people even in the house his first season were getting mad at him for rocking back and forth so much on the hammock because it was like squeaky or whatever. Ian, you spend as much time as you want on that hammock.
That's right. You be you, and to hell with everybody else.
Yeah.
All right, so Kevin is feeling so alone, and this just crushes me. This tears me in half.
This was so sad. Kevin is trying to pick somebody out just in case he gets house guest choice who would want to play for him in the veto competition.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got like this little script kind of thing that
It's kind of weird though that he's like hanging out in the bathroom and waiting for people who are ready to take a dump, Enzo, and trying to ask them if he's going to play for them or not.
That's so sad.
For him or not.
But yeah, he basically had the same conversation with Enzo, David, and Ian being like, I don't want to put you in a bad spot.
He really rehearsed that script because it was the same for everyone.
Yeah. Could I like pick you for the veto?
I gotta take a dump first.
No!
So after Enzo came back from taking his dump and he had already asked David, will you support me? And David's just like, what?
Yeah.
And Ian's like,
I mean, he didn't get any like
overwhelming
yeses from anyone. It's tough to be in that position on week 1 because nobody wants to like stick their neck out and use the veto on somebody.
So I don't think he really got a conclusive answer.
I mean, he got like a okay from Enzo, right? Okay, so it's time for the player picks for the veto.
So Cody went first as head of household, and he drew Tyler's name out.
Okay.
Or should I say Taylor? Why is everybody having such a hard time with the names this season?
Because some people just like haven't kept up with the show, and they don't know.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Are.
You just met these people, and you're spending 24 hours a day with them. You should know that his name is not Taylor.
I thought you were going to say, like, a wrong name.
No.
All right. Well, Kevin was up next, and he got house guest choice. So he's like, Enzo.
And everybody went,
yeah, because, like,
what?
It seemed like such an odd choice, right? So Enzo was like, okay. So
why didn't he pick, like, Unicole?
I don't think he wanted to expose that at this point, Why
didn't he pick,
I mean, he's close. We know he's close to Unicole and Devon, but I don't think he wanted to expose them.
All right.
So anyway,
then Keisha got Ian. All right. So now it's time for the veto comp.
That's the HOH.
I know. All right, so...
Come on, it's burp.
Yeah, you're right. It's time for BB Peloton.
What?
And Day is the host.
Okay.
I liked her little, her microphone.
Her headset to lead her.
This freaking Soul Cycle.
Her cycling class.
Yeah. It's funny that they gave her the Soul Cycle thing, but it was a Peloton or Peloton class.
They might wear those in Peloton too. I don't know. We're not rich enough for Peloton.
I didn't think Peloton was actually, you go there.
You don't. They have the classes like on your screen, like on the bike.
Right.
So I don't know if the person doing the class is wearing a headset, for the audio. But
I only know of Soul Cycle. Not that I've ever...
We've never been there either. Yeah. We're not rich enough for Soul Cycle either.
Not even remotely.
All right. Well, anyway.
We couldn't even suck the sweat out of the sneakers of the people who go to Soul Cycle.
We're rocking some real bikes and a little stationary bike. But anyway.
Right. Well, the house guests were rocking some freaking giant-ass bananas.
This is the classic, let's make it look like you're humping this banana, and then you're going to stack some stuff, too.
They have it every season.
Mostly in Canada, they don't always do the humping one.
They usually do in Canada.
Yeah, I guess. But there's always something like with hips, right?
Yeah, you gotta hump that banana 20 times to get 90 seconds on the clock.
You're trying to, like, rock it back and forth so, like, the tips touch the... Whatever. So.
Alright, stop.
Oh, who's embarrassed now?
Me.
So yeah, you gotta rock it 20 times, and that is going to set your clock at 90 seconds.
And you don't want your clock to run out, because if your clock runs out, you're eliminated.
Alright, well. You're really gonna ride out that Angela joke, aren't you? During that 90 seconds, you're supposed to be running to the other end of your lane. And you're going to be stacking up some fake fruit as high as you can. As many fruit as you can get on there.
And when you think you got enough, lock it in. And then you got to wait and see what everybody else gets.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you feel really comfortable with how many you have stacked up, you can lock it in before the time is up. And your answer is set. Or not your answer. Your amount is set. Your
amount is set.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you could keep going the whole time. And if you have the highest number at the end, you win.
You could try and spell technotronics, but I don't know if it's a real word or not.
All right.
It's not.
So,
Enzo really liked riding that banana.
He did. The slow-mo with the music was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
I fell asleep. That's how excited I was.
Oh!
All right, so Cody was eliminated.
Yeah, his clock ran out. Ian's clock ran out. Kevin's clock ran out.
So it came down to...
Well, eventually Enzo was like, you know what? I got like 18 of these fruits, so I'm going to lock in.
I got like 18 of these meow meows.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock it in and see
so
what happens.
The only two people left in the last part of the competition were Tyler and Keisha. And it looked like Keisha was really close.
Yeah.
And then...
She wasn't.
Her stack fell.
Yeah. And then time ran out.
Yeah, I guess. The time ran out on the whole competition. It was a 30-minute time limit.
Right.
So Enzo was the big winner of that POV.
Because he was the only one who was locked in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's revisit some more alliances. Another Giovanni for Ian and Nicole F.
I actually really like this one.
I don't. All right. So...
I know a lot of you guys like to hate on Franzel, but... I really like her friendship with Ian. I think it's nice.
Well, she said they were friends for like 5 years.
So they've been friends for a while through like the Big Brother community.
Right.
I wonder if there's like some sort of winners group chat.
Probably.
Not.
No, there's probably like a group chat for winners.
I don't know about that.
Or like...
This is not Survivor.
That's true. Yeah, you were told that there was a winners group chat. All right, so they have a winners alliance now. Mm-hmm.
They're the only two winners on this season.
Yeah, there was supposed to be 4 winners on this season.
At least.
But
if not more.
Then there were 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called the Million Club.
Oh, because they figured nobody's going to want to vote for one of them to win again. It's the same thing that happened when Ian won against Dan. I mean, Ian did play a great game too, but I'm sure if Dan was a first-time player and he played like that, he probably would have gotten more votes.
It should have been called the 500,000 Club.
Well, they're saying because this would be their second win, so it would be like a million.
They did pinkies and everything, so it's totally official.
But they feel like, we should be working together because we need to be together at the final 2 for one of us to win.
Right, because nobody's going to want to give them it a second time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that jury management. I mean, who's going to want to give Nicole the second win?
I don't know. She's
got to run off that hammock for it.
All right. So then Kevin was approaching Enzo because Enzo's got the POV now, and he's like,
I hope I didn't put you in a bad spot, but Veto?
And Enzo's like, oh, yeah, well, we're going to go talk to Cody, and we're going to see what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Cody and Kevin talk, and...
Well, it was interesting because... Oh, wait, we didn't get to that part yet. Never mind.
Well,
Cody and Kevin talk.
Cody doesn't want to get any more blood on his hands, so he doesn't want Enzo to use the veto. But he does want to keep Kevin, so he says.
He tells Kevin, like, I'm going to tell people that I want you to stay. And honestly, especially, like, this early in the game, a lot of people are going to be like, what does the HOH want?
Yeah.
Like, I want to do what the HOH wants. So
or
that does have
anyway.
Some weight to it.
Some sway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kevin, in return, offers Cody safety.
Well, he's like, if we can, like, figure something out here with the veto, I could play in the safety suite and pick you as my +1.
That won't be too obvious, will it?
Well, I mean, you figure they'd be making a deal here, so.
Yeah.
No,
but I mean, that won't be too obvious for the rest of the house.
Yeah, but I mean.
That they're working together.
It could just be, like, payback for this week,
I guess.
But anyway, let's talk about...
We got another alliance!
I'm so excited about this one.
Okay, we got Bay and Day.
Yes.
The Black Girl Magic Alliance.
I am all for it. They also recently started pulling David into the mix. And I really, really like what they're doing. I'm excited. I'd love to see them make history and go all the way. I think it'd be awesome.
That would be incredible.
I gotta say... I did not really enjoy Bailey on season 20, but she's
so different without Swaggy.
I think she's also grown
Swaggy.
a lot since being on the challenge, but she is killing it this season.
Mm-hmm.
She's so much fun to watch. She is in such a great spot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy for her.
Yeah.
And Day, too. Day, I always loved her, but...
I'm glad that Day has, like, toned it down a little bit.
I think she's playing a lot smarter.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, before she was...
quick to spread around that info.
Yeah.
But I think she's playing really well so far.
Mm-hmm.
Also in a great spot.
Yes. So now Enzo, sneaking around like a little meow meow, saw the bathroom with Nicole F. and Ian talking and runs his ass up to talk to Cody and says, is Nicole working with Ian? She working with Ian?
Well, here's like the context, because I don't remember if this was on the show yet, but Enzo, Cody, Nicole F, and Danny have a 4-person alliance.
Right.
So Enzo's like, was she like gonna bail on us for Ian already? Like, what's going on here? He's getting a little jealous. But also, everybody knows that Ian has won, so he's a huge threat here, and he's like, should we make a move and backdoor him?
Does the 4-person alliance have a name?
I don't think they named theirs yet.
Okay.
There's another 4-person alliance with Enzo and Cody. I'm like, you guys can watch the spoilers if you want to hear about that.
So Enzo doesn't trust Ian.
No. He feels threatened by Ian.
So he says, should we use the veto and backdoor Ian? No! You shouldn't.
Cody's like, no.
I mean, it looked like he was thinking about it a little bit.
I think that was creative editing, because I don't think he was actually wanting to do that. Cody did not want to make a big move this week. No way.
Was that not in his notes from Derek?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's time for the veto ceremony, and Enzo does not use the veto.
Yeah, they didn't even have the speeches from the nominees. I'm assuming...
They don't usually.
They used to. I'm assuming they still do them.
Right.
But they haven't been showing them.
Unless they're like totally outrageous and they throw like a clip in there, but
yeah, they
don't usually show them. He said it's too early, Helen.
Helen did make it onto All Stars after all.
All right, so Kevin is playing the game.
He's going to be working hard to stay this week.
He's doing the work.
He's on the campaign trail.
And he's pretty successful. And Keisha thinks that she's playing the game.
She said, I'm really putting my social game into overdrive here. I'm going to charm the pants off of him.
What, the inside of your eyelids?
Oh, Keisha. All right, well, let us know in the comments who you guys want to go this week.
Who do you want to go? You gonna spill your cards out here and let everyone know?
I don't really want either to go.
But who would you rather have go?
I guess I would say Keisha. As excited as I was to see her come back this season, I feel like she just isn't putting in the work. And Kevin is trying so much harder. So I would say Keisha.
I agree.
All right. Not that I still adore her. She's still amazing, but that's just where we're at.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, let us know. And also let us know who you're rooting for the next HOH competition.
All right. So, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. And until tomorrow, spoiler, much love.